Again reporting narratives, your life again today. Beating dead horse once more, you horse discussing this court case. Please spare us from your speech, 6 hours has you sounding gay. His downfall brings them so much joy, so much joy. His downfall brings haters so much joy. The roast from the Godfather had put them all to shame and left them salty for 3 years until these charges came. When he goes free, they will be scorned and curse him once again. His downfall brings them so much joy, so much joy. His downfall brings haters so much joy, haters so much joy. They all enjoyed his cash apps when he roamed through this place. But now talk trash, but months ago was all up in his face. The chronic surge of bitch ass is such a bad disgrace. His downfall brings them so much joy, so much joy. His downfall brings haters so much joy.
I'll tell you. I had a boy.
Oh, now you gonna preach to me, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna preach. And you gonna listen!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you heard it. I'm going to preach and your ass is going to listen. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. I gets it on. Welcome, Chat Lives Matter. I gets it on. I gets it in. Yo, check it out. I have absolutely no topic planned. I got nothing. I'm just on here. You know why? Because I can. That's what happens when you pay your bills, you pay electricity, you buy your equipment, you can come on, you can talk trash. And if you do it right, some people might even listen to you. But we do at least have a title. I wasn't going to do that. Come on here, calling it ain't shit to talk about, ain't got shit, don't know shit, never will know shit. You know what I mean? We're going to come on and I at least try to make it a little bit entertaining. Man, I tell you what, though, I have been doing a whole lot of listening. That's for sure. I mean, I've been tuned in. Matter of fact, I've been tuned in so much to the point where it's starting to wear me out a little bit. And I ain't gonna lie, I was a little bit jealous because I'm tuning in, I'm working, I'm driving. I don't drive for work, but I'm driving, I'm tuned in. So I can't really, participate too much. And it's not a lot for me to participate in. I'm just kind of on here doing my thing, sitting in the background. Checking it out. So anyway, I'm on here and I'm gonna tell you what I don't got, right? So I don't have any lives to review because y'all know how I get down. Most of what I do is off the top of the dome, my own thoughts. I don't have a response to anything because, well, there ain't nothing to respond to. But I will say this though. Now, something did drop today. And normally, let me explain something to y'all. What's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to come on here, offer a defense. I'm supposed to yell and scream. I'm supposed to make idle threats. I'm supposed to create a back and forth to, for the sole purpose of generating content. Now, I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to piss people off by not dropping names. Why? Because that's my style. That's how I get down. That's what I do. See, the name drop, let me explain something to y'all. Now, this is what they're going to say. They going to say, You are passive aggressive because you're talking about the topic and you won't say the people's names. Let me tell you something. Y'all been dropping names all year. Now I could flip the script. Y'all drop names all year and it go back and forth, on 15 panels in 1 week, the same story, the same name. See, if I am what I am, then you are what you are. Now, see, here's the difference. I don't have a problem with who you are, with your name dropping and you're yelling and screaming in the cheap ass mic and what have you. But since it's on my mind, I'm going to come on here and do it. But notice this, though. You will not get a name drop. You will not get a back and forth out of me. It won't work. That bullshit used to work 3-4 years ago. Yeah, it worked. People would say shit, and here I go responding, getting emotional. Let me tell you something, how I feel about that. I was just having a conversation with my loved one, and I said, damn, what would it be? I said, baby, what would it be like if I was this age that I am, about to go into another decade, looking down the barrel of retirement, and I literally turn on a screen, right? And let somebody say something, put a combination of words together in a certain order where it would create anger and fire in my soul to the point where I would get on here and yell and scream in a microphone and cuss somebody out. That shit ain't never gonna happen. And if you don't get me triggered before the end of this year, it ain't never gonna happen. Bring out the big guns. Do what you gotta do. Critique my content. Talk about me personally. Dig up my sordid past. Put it out. Make videos. That shit don't mean nothing to me. You know why? Because it don't make a difference. My life is still my life. It still goes on. And my own personal philosophy is this. There ain't everything in this world changes. I told you the whole universe. The subject of it is it's the nature of change. You know what I'm saying? So it don't stop. So even if somebody on the internet can reach out in a way to do something to you indirectly in your personal life, then hey, it's a part of the process. It's change. Welcome, Miss Murph. Guess what we gonna do, Miss Murph? I'm working on that project going forward. So all this other stuff, this sideline stuff, matter of fact, I should be doing that now and not here. But since it is a weekday and I work better on the weekends. Welcome, Yolanda, who never made her national debut on my channel. But I know for a fact that when YM finally turns on the camera, guess where she going to do it at? She going to do it right here. Mark my words. In 2026, Yolanda's coming out on this channel. You better be, and Beautiful. Beautiful's coming out on this channel also. Welcome, Hoodie. So check this out, y'all. I'm a bit of a spectator. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you something. It is something that kind of like grinds my gears a little bit, and that is these bullshit fake outrage. Now, I watch everybody. Now, I notice from time to time, y'all buddy, stroking each other off, rubbing on each other, all in each other's grill, smelling each other's stinking morning breath and all that bullshit. And then the minute that one of you don't agree with the other one, you don't take it well. You zap out, go completely, drop a whole atomic bomb, then you run to your channel, and now it's a back and forth narrative. Now, am I here to tell you not to do that? Am I here to criticize you about that bullshit? No, I ain't come here for that. I'm just telling you that I see what go on. Now, let me explain something to y'all. I will go to any goddamn channel I want, anytime I want, and do whatever I want and say whatever I want. Now, you know why? I call that cyber freedom. I like moving like that. See, I don't have no allegiances and alliances to anybody because I want to be able to move around and enjoy all the content that I want to enjoy. And besides, right, if I'm going to jump on the side or take a side, man, then I'm stuck with your punk ass on one section with a couple of little people. I don't want to do that. I want to move around and do what I got to do. I want to hear everybody. I want to get on any panel I want and say what I got to say. Now, see, here's the problem. We talked about this before. Now, see, here's the thing. Some of you like to make it like people got to have loyalty to you. You know, if I'm cool with somebody that you hate this week, all of a sudden you try and mix me up in your bullshit. Let me tell you something. I don't play them dumbass games because we already been through this. The minute that I side with you to hate somebody else, your ass will be right back in their face next week, piecing it out, building bridges, chummy chum, buddy buddy, old pal. And then where that leave me at? What I'm supposed to do with all my hate that I got for them now because I was riding with your ass? See, that's why I'm getting to that. This the internet. Ain't nobody, how many times that pendulum done swung back and forth? Well, y'all was mad at this person, I ain't good with that person, I'm mad at this person, I'm good with him, I'm cool over here, I'm cool over there, I'm cool. So, let me play devil's advocate here. Well, what about me personally? What about the people who have attacked me personally, even recently? What about the people that have said stuff, made threats, and things like that? Called me out my name, put a jacket on me. Man, let me tell you something. I used to get pissed off when they would do that. But you know, I found out something. I said, man, I went to the mirror again. I said, yo, you about to hit another decade, looking down the barrel of retirement. How in the, I want to cuss so bad. How in the F are you walking around in the real world in the middle of your kids' family, work, co-workers, and you sitting there harboring some negative ass. I mean, I'm talking about to the point where you fuming, you want to break something because somebody on the internet talked about you. I'm talking about me per se, talked about me, said something about, I don't know, whatever, right? Called me names, and you know, it's some nasty names because some of us, and we're gonna talk about that, some nasty ass names. Welcome everybody that came in, Slander, Brixton, the homie, and last call. So check this out. I couldn't reconcile it. I kept saying, damn, why am I, and some of y'all, why am I talking to y'all on the phone? I'm like, man, this perfect man, they did this, and I can't believe. That's another thing too. Why am I talking about sector shit offline? Yo, I had to really step back and take a look in the mirror like, yo, you letting people piss you off. And people that don't matter, people that ain't shit. Now, so back to the whole, well, what about the ones that did shit to you and you cool with them? Guess what? Let me tell you something. When you let it go, you got to let it all go. That means if somebody attacks you and you want to maintain your peace, you got to let that shit bounce off. You don't feed their narratives where you go on here. Now I was going to turn on this mic and start saying some shit, yelling the name and going at the brother and all this other shit so it can go back and forth. And then I know it's a gladiator sport. Y'all like the Coliseum. Are you not entertained? And you want to see that shit? Check this out. There ain't no time for that. I ain't got time for that because I have a brain, a mind, thoughts. You know, I got things I can talk about. I could come on here every day and keep it pushing with different topics every day and won't have to touch one sector narrative and won't have to review an inch 5 seconds of footage from that somebody else did. I ain't got to do that. I'm starting to look at myself as a man like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So this is where the direction I'm going in. Now, let me tell you something. The people down in the sewer is going to always want to keep you in the sewer. Now, they'll say shit like, he coming on here, he sounding self-righteous, he doing, no, making a proclamation about who you are. How's that self-righteous? Did anybody ever hear me say I was better than somebody else? No. See, let me tell you something. When a person call you self-righteous, that means they got a complex. They have a problem with their, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Y'all know I got old timers disease. They are insecure in their own, especially when a man do it. Because, see, I could talk about men all day. I know what a man is. And an insecure-ass man will see another man that's confident, right, headstrong, directed, you know, taking charge of his own life. And they will say that because he say it out loud, that he's self-right. They got to put a name on it. Nah, you're a dust bucket and I'm not. That's a simple God-given truth right there. You know what I mean? And by the God, I'm talking about man. Y'all know the black man is God. Anyway, so I ain't got to do all of that, you know? So I'm going to keep being me. And here's the thing. And if they do call me a name, I ain't going to hear that shit because I ain't going to be over on their channel listening so I can get emotionally triggered and respond. and respond. Now, the ladies can do whatever they want to do. See, now I'm going to sound chauvinistic. I expect women to be emotional. They're emotional beings. So sometimes they got feelings. They're very in tune, very loving, compassionate. They're very feeling people, So I expect them to act a certain way. But the men, nah. How is your anger and fire to that level? Now, if you tell me that what I'm seeing is an illusion, and as a man, you're not really screaming at a screen, acting a goddamn fool. If you really telling me that that's not what you doing, and you on here and it's a play and it's you trolling, what the fuck are you doing this age being a troll? Yo, for real. All the shit. Let me tell you something. If I retire, damn, that tea good. If I retire, right, a couple years from now, if y'all see me and I'm not out in this world doing some real shit like reading some books, learning how to get good at golf, volunteering 3 times a week at the local club for the boys and girls or the sick children in the ward or whatever, if I'm not spending time with the grandkids, if I'm on this 10 hours a day, 11 hours, man, come put a foot square in my ass. You see me doing something like that. You know what I mean? For real. So it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? 7 said, where the link at? All right, 7. I could, since it is open, hold on, let me find the link, because the queen herself, has told me, let me see, where this link at? All right, present, invite. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just on my mind. Now, of course, there's a narrative going around the internet. Let me tell you something. Let's say one thing, Divine, before I kick that off. The ladies with their thing. Let me tell you about the ladies, right? First of all, I'm behind all the ladies on here. Now, why is that, right? Because the ladies are the content. If you ain't noticed, everything that y'all talking about is about a lady in some way, shape, or form. And most of you need grows, NEED-GROWS, you need grows, are usually in the middle of it, usually instigating. Go on, girl. Yeah, girl, scratch your eyes out, girl. Yeah, tell that bitch, girl. Yeah, girl. Yo. Yayo. Yayo. That's an acronym for you always yelling out like a bitch. That's basically what that is. Stay out the women's business. Let them do what they got to do. If you ain't mediating that shit where you trying to come up with a resolve, stay your punk ass out of it. Period. Let them do what they got to do. Matter of fact, if y'all wasn't instigating and fanning the flames of this dumb shit half the time, these women would be out here producing some serious content and giving us something we could be entertained with. That's what I'm hoping for in 2026. I hope all the sisters cure their beefs. And even if y'all ain't got to be kumbaya and piecing it up, because I don't expect you to do that, because I don't want somebody to tell me to piece it up with somebody I don't want to piece it up with. Sometimes I did say y'all got feelings, and sometimes y'all feelings get hurt. So take your time to heal. You ain't got to go smile in that sister face. But can we calm it down a little bit in 2026 so I can hear y'all sisters really put out that real, so I can have something to tune into during my busy work day to listen? Because I like listening to y'all. I like coming up on y'all pound, because I know it ain't going to be no bullshit. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting for y'all to, hopefully get this thing, move this thing forward. Now, here's the thing, though. I did hear a couple of the sisters say, they trying to get their channels together. They want to do some different content. Now, I hear dudes saying that, but let's be real. Y'all ain't going to do shit. All y'all going to do is have them same ass people on your panel trying to milk the rent money out, going on live for 10, 11 hours. Ain't shit you guys say to take that long to say it. Come on, stop playing. So I'm waiting for the sisters to get it together and start putting their content out. Let's get past the nonsense. Did he say Idi Amin instead of Nah Amin? Yeah, Idi Amin. Idi Amin was a badass. He was crazy as hell. Yeah, Idi Amin. So I've been saying that since the 90s. So Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. See, the thing is, I'm seeing the force here. It's like somebody want to see the beefs keep going. Somebody don't want to see these sisters really start doing their content and really giving us some of that guidance that we need, giving us some of these real topics that we want to do in 2026. Nah, Slander God. Look, he said he changing, he promised. Now Slander this is what Slander gonna do. He gonna review. Now he does his show, everybody know, is about the happenings of the week. The only difference is if when the tide change, Slander will be saying, well, on these panels, these were the topics for the week. And it ain't gonna be as dramatic. It might not be as exciting because if the tide of the sector shifts, then it's going to be, whatever. But he reports on it. And then sometimes people jump on the panel, and unfortunately, they say the same thing that we've already heard 30 times earlier in the week. But I'm good with one channel doing it. I ain't got a problem with that because that's the basis of Slander Ave. That's what it's all about. Slander Ave is he reviews the happenings of the week, and then certain people that want to come get their little grievances out, that's where they go to do it. And he never tells nobody no. They can all come up on the panel. Now, all of y'all can't do that because y'all hate the people. You don't want to let them on the panel. It's going to be the mute button every 30 seconds. So that's the place y'all go when you want to meet, on the Slander Ave. So that channel has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? It does have a purpose on it. And I'm not saying that anybody else got to do nothing else. I'm saying let the ladies rock out. I'm waiting to see that. I support all the ladies, even the ones that don't like each other. I got to do it. I can't. And I can't stay mad at no woman. And I can't curse out no woman. I can't do it. Even if they attack me, man. I'm sorry. I'm just raised by a single mom most of the way. It's built in. It's built in. I can't do it. So I always look at this how I look at it. Let me tell y'all something. Let me whisper. It's just us in here. When a woman come at me wrong and I look in her eyes, you know what? I be looking. This used to get me in trouble back in the day. I look in her eyes and I say, what's got you so mad? Like, what's inside you? What happened to you? And I find that intriguing. Now, I say back in the day, because that used to get me in trouble. I used to always go for that. What's up with her? Then you find out it's some mental stuff that you are not qualified to deal with. Now your tire's flat. But I always found it intriguing because I said, man, what? I know the nature of a woman. So when I see a woman out her nature, I go, what got you here? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's something we can talk about. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at when I see the woman. Now, man, whole nother story. A man coming at me, I look at the man like, yo, why you can't communicate? What's up with the yelling? What's up with the gunplay? Why you can't communicate what you guys say? Why? And miss me, y'all. At this age, it ain't gonna be no fighting in the street. All that I ain't a punk shit, man. That shit is so old. I don't think I felt like that in 30 years or more because it's immature. You ain't gonna never see me fighting in the street. You ain't gonna never see me. I'm not going to no boxing match. I ain't going to threaten. I ain't never going to threaten no man about what I'm going to do because you know why? You never know who will show up. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, like I know, if y'all saw recently on the news, rest in peace. I call him Mike Stivic from All in the Family, Mr. Rob Reiner and his wife. They lost their lives, man. Some mental illness. And that's something in this country. I'm not going to get all political today, but there is no money in mental illness as far as helping these people with the facilities and things that we used to have back in the day before it was defunded by the powers that be. And that's why you have a lot of people out here self-medicating and running around in these streets and they doing stuff, man. And it's crazy and it's getting worse. Even regular people just being under pressure. Of course, our fearless leader came on, said some ignorant ass stuff out his mouth. Ain't that funny though? But when a racist ass podcaster died, and if you get on Facebook and say, well, oh well, or something like that, they want to ban your channel. But this man can come on here. Let me tell you something. I'll be glad. I'm seriously convinced I'm in the wrong reality and I woke up in a different universe. But I'll be glad. I'll be so goddamn glad when this term is over with, y'all. Y'all just don't know. But anyway, yeah, so 2026, man. I'm looking forward. Now, see, I would like to keep doing all these little songs and stuff, but it get old because those songs draw from the narrative, even if they are welcome, T.M.K and Cutie. and self-made Mikey and all of that. Even if they are humorous at its base, it still draws from the nature, which means if BlackTube shifts into a different way of being, there won't be nothing to draw from. And some people have tapped me on the shoulder and said, yo, what happened? You should do them parodies about real national stuff so it translates to a broader audience. To me, that makes a lot of sense. If I'm going to come on here and spend 10, 15 hours a week on a live or producing material, I do want it to be to a broader audience. So as y'all can see, it's a few of us that's thinking about going in a different direction with what we're doing on here. We not up for the old bullshit no more. We tired. The back and forth is getting these old ass narratives. These people, you did it to me first, and I'm only responding to you, but yet they still hovering around here, still jabbing at people. And then when you call them on it, they say, I made posts about this. They say, oh, well, you was over there with them in a chat, so that means you guilty too. Nah. T. Pringles? No, I haven't called it that. I have called it T'Pring. T'Pring. How many of y'all out here truckers? Now, some people say Trekkies. Trekkies is a slur. Trekkers, us truckers don't like that word. It's trucker, not Trek-E. Star Trek. T'Pring was Mr. Spock's fiance, right? And in Vulcan, when a woman has the T apostrophe on the beginning of her name, it's more like saying your grace. And when you talk about royal people, like the royal family, like a duchess or something, it denotes a high class of woman. Okay, so that's where that's from. Dual meaning. All right, so just in case y'all had, and T Pre's new boyfriend is actually named Spock, by the way, y'all. If y'all don't know, they are engaged. So even this little soliloquy I got going here, it sound like same of the same old. Now you'll hear people say, and I'm gonna stop saying what people say because who gives a fuck what they say? I was speaking calmly on the thing. Dude said he over there complaining again. See, do you see how they paint the brush, y'all? If you say anything, they gonna have something to say about it. Now, like I said, next year we're gonna focus on the content. I want to come on and talk about stuff like what happened with Rob Reiner and how they're turning up the flame under the pot, and we these frogs in here, we getting bored. We don't even know we getting bored. I want to talk about that, insights, get a little deep with it. So, yeah, man, I was on here, like I said, listening. Now, see, I suggest we ain't got to black nobody out. I can't see Carrie still, if she is here. We ain't got to black nobody out. You know what I mean? All you got to do, because see, if you try to do it as a collective, right? You get together as a little group and say, oh, we're going to nah, everybody, man, don't even announce it. Just go to your channel and just start doing that new content. And everybody else, show your ass up and support it, man. Stop. Man, I refuse to believe that you could sit in the 10th Curry Live this week for 8 hours, but your black ass can't go to somebody's channel and support. Nah, I can't see her. And support they real content, man. I think that is such a disservice, man. Y'all like when people in the effery, they zapping out, they getting exposed. Man, come on, man. Damn, can't y'all like at least get a video, a couple plays, tune in? I know y'all don't want to hear me talking about I'm reading War and Peace. That's a long ass book. I will never talk about that book. But I'm saying, I want y'all to know what's up. Welcome, Lorna Doom. Yes, in January, I'm looking for the 4E on the YT podcast, education, enlightenment, engagement, and enjoyment. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because I think, it's a lot of smart people here. I keep saying that over and over. I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all. We done been there and done that. We done mastered the effery to the highest level of that. So let's mix it up a little bit. Because personally, man, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be sitting there enjoying the content, and then here go the same jackass jump up on the panel. And yes, females are jackasses too. Jump up on the panel, and it's just like, oh, they did this to me. Oh, they did to me. Man, that shit, oh my God. Damn, yo, it's like the show was going so good. Please, y'all, can we get... no, I'm gonna stop saying because I sound like I'm telling y'all what to do. I pray. I got my fingers crossed. I ain't got to sit through 2026 with that bullshit. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, ladies. I know when y'all tee off on each other, I know sometimes that shit hurt. I know it do. And I want everybody to go to the mirror. Because, see, I know some of you feel like people are against you and, like, well, they can't, I was betrayed. This person violated my trust. This person said something to hurt my feelings and all. See, I'm going to tell you something. We all here, I'm going to tell you something. We not sitting here watching all this effery because we enjoy it. Well, we might enjoy it, but there's some darkness in us all. Some of us are soulless and dark AF. Like, y'all have already witnessed it. There's folks running around here across the board that have never, ever had a positive video in their life. Never had nothing good to say about nobody. Never had. Everything is attack, 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 attack. And when you ask them why are you so goddamn dark and demonic? Well, you did it to me first. They said this to me. They talked about my cousin. They said it, and so you gotta attack for the rest of your life. All right, feel free. I started the video. Now I don't want to talk about that video. Y'all seen it. But hey, and by the way, I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm not on here telling y'all to do nothing other than what you're doing. I'm just saying I'm waiting for some of that good content to come out. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for some of that. Because I don't want to be that, and I don't want to be that brother on the soapbox. And it's a couple of y'all around here come on here talking about you need to do this and what you need to do and your sector and you need to, and that's no, see, but I listen to these fools. 1 minute you saying if somebody come out and speak positivity, you will run a whole live talking about how it's the sector and that's what the sector is and that's how it is. And then out the next breath, you come back again on another night telling people what they need to do to elevate. Man, which one is it? Is it just this is the way the sector is, we're stuck? Or is it people need to do better? Which one? How about none? How about produce your content instead of telling everybody else what the fuck to do? How about that? You know what I mean? And I'm going to keep saying that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I'm just on here with the commentary. I just hear a lot of shit, whatever. I hear, the latest thing that's going, y'all know the latest narratives. If you don't, you must live under a rock. It's the same narrative. It's over and over again. It's the same names. It's the same people. It's the same insults. It's the same doxing. It's all the same. I need something else, Scotty. I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. Please talk about something else. That's why I came on here to talk about something else. Because we don't need to hear that. In 2026, when I come on, guess what I'm not going to do? I ain't going to talk. I'm not going to review nothing. I ain't going to talk about, I ain't going to name drop. I'm not going to do that. I ain't going to drop the N-bomb. And I'm gonna have a set of guidelines. And if I do a panel, it's gonna be them guidelines gonna be applied. So don't come over here with no thought. You ain't got nothing else to say but calling somebody a BAN word. Now I mean, what else will go with that? Oh no. Well, no, we ain't doing that dumb shit. We're not doing that. Miss Murph say, I like Miss Murph, yo, cause she be dropping it. She be dropping that. Yo, y'all ever read Miss Murph's wall? I'm telling you, the woman's deep. We all have choices. Sometimes I choose to be messy. Sometimes I don't. Yo, I feel you. I feel you. And that's what I'm saying. Did you know the key word in that is choice? You know what I mean? Choice. So, think about it, right? We all, we're funny people. We like to laugh. We like to clown. But when does the line get crossed? Like, how do we go from clowning to straight up ripping somebody's soul into several pieces, pouring kerosene on it, and then lighting it on fire? I think now that something like that is a little bit beyond messy. That's a straight up crucifixion, flogging, drawing and quarter, tar and feathering. Know what I mean? So that's the part that I can't reconcile. And it just keeps going back and forth. But you know what, though? When I listen in, though, you know what I hear? Even with all the cussing out, even with all the zingers and the one-liners and the bitch this and the bitch you bitch, you know what I hear? I hear a whole lot of pain. I hear a whole lot of pain. Whether you acting tough, like you thorough and you strong and you got it together and all that, there's something in you that's on fire that's making you yell and act like that. And to the person that's, stabbing back at you, and, you can hear it in their voice sometimes when they go on the defense and they start cussing back and start throwing jabs and talking about you and your personal life. I can hear their voice crack and I can hear the pain in their voice. They're saying, you hurt me, and now I'm going to try to inflict as much pain as possible. The name of the game is pain. Yeah, we don't win a little bit past fuckery at that point, in the past messy. We done left that shit back there at the 5th mile mark, about 200 miles back on Interstate 76. That shit is way in the rear view at that point. So, but I understand. Some people might say, but that's just what it is. That's how you do online. You spar. All right, well, spar your ass into 2026. Some of us is going to try to do some other content. We trying to get ourselves together and do some things. I guess you're just going to have to take it over to the beef sector. You know what's funny? I put up a post and I said, what's the purpose of this sector? Man, y'all had some good ass answers for that. Some real good ones. I like the one that said, this is the beef sector for professionals. That shit made me laugh out loud. But I dare to say, 73.4% of the people here are not professionals. They are not gainfully employed. They live with their baby mamas, and they are not looking for work currently and eating up all of the children's snacks, juice boxes, Capri Suns, and Lunchables. So there's that. But yeah, man, entertainment, that's cool. But yeah, so I don't know what exactly I'm going to do next year. I did a live about that. I dropped that link, y'all, if y'all got something to say. But nah, man, I I don't want to do the same panel with the same rhetoric, because I figure, like, after you done said it on 6 panels, I think it's been said enough. It's been said enough. That horse done got beat to death. So I don't want to do that, because I can go to any other panel and hear that. So I want to make it over here where it's the place you can just come, like, hey, we ain't got to talk about that bullshit, do we? Nah, we ain't got to talk about that. I don't have to share my past pain with you doing. Nah, you ain't got to share your past pain. You ain't got to share it. You ain't got to share it. And this ain't the panel for you for the 18th time to cuss his ass out, because he done already heard it. Hey, for real, so we talked about manhood several times, and we going to bring, matter of fact, hold on. Oh, D7 asked for, I'm sorry, D7, I was on the roll. If I would have stopped, the whole place would have went silent, because I wouldn't have known what I was doing. D7, are you still in the building? Paging D7. She's out there in that yellow Pontiac Fiero. You still got that car? God damn, what's that? What's that? An 89? Hey, girl, shit, it's still rolling. I like those. You can build a Ferrari kit. All you need is a Cadillac 4.1 motor on a Pontiac Fiero frame. Man, drop a Ferrari body kit on that, carbon fiber. Shit, you rocking and rolling. You can build one for like 50 G's. But yeah, so anyway, I ain't gonna talk about the brothers. But hey brother, stop saying alpha male. Can you please stop? You're not an alpha male if all you do is go to the mailbox. You are alpha male box. That's what you is. You go to the mailbox and get that check. Not an alpha male. We are not hunters and gatherers. Okay? You ain't out there. You ain't with the biggest spear out there ready to fight a fucking lion. Please stop saying alpha male. We need to come up with a new term for what a man. Well, we call them leaders in the black community. They are community leaders. All right. And lead mean turn a goddamn mic off and go out into the real world and make that shit better than what it was before you bring your punk ass back in the house. That's what a leader do. Okay. Now, why I can say that? Because I can. All right. Mikey said, I was getting ready to yoke. Somebody can't throw a knocking on my door. Mikey, can you translate that shit? Translate it. Give it to us in English. King Mikey be talking, he be talking that encoded stuff. You gotta read it slow, but you can get it. It has a deep double meaning to it. But yeah, man. So I want to see, man, and again, I don't want to sound like man, these sisters, man, they got something to say. They got something to say. Yeah, they can roast. They the best roasters though, for sure. They the best roasters, but man, they got something to say. I'm telling you, you gotta tune in, man. We gotta get the sisters to come up with some of that real content. You know, instead of us on here every day talking about all the materials we got. Oh my God. Materialism, brother, you too old for that shit, bro. You ain't figured it out by now? One house fire, all that shit gone. One car accident, that shit is gone. One loss of a job. You should be at the point now where you moving into wisdom. Stop worshiping little trinkets and shit. That shit don't mean nothing. I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. I got a couple mortgages. I need y'all to help me pay them shits off. That'd be nice. That don't mean I own. Oh, he owned multiple properties. That don't mean a goddamn thing. That mean I got a lot of debt. That's what that means. It means that's debt. And well, why don't you just cash out something and liquidate some shit and pay it off? Nah, I need the tax write-offs. I ain't got no young ass kids, so I need every little bit I can get. So, but got to pay it off before I retire. Though we not letting that shit string along into retirement. We don't want to carry them debts into retirement. But which I'm looking forward to. I know I've been talking about that shit a lot lately. Lord, when I see people squander money and get windfalls and throw that shit in the trash, I get so mad because I think about what I can do. Welcome into the stage. It's Kang, Mikey. This is the sixth panel today. You are at your panel limit. The only time you can go back on the panel again is on your own if you go live. Just letting you know you have reached the sector panel limit. What's going on? What's happening with you?
The sector limit.
You've been on 6 panels. That's the limit. You can't do 7 panels. So if somebody come on late, you gotta sit in the audience. Now after 12 o'clock, you can get back on the panel. Oh shit, what's that? The Skyline? Were you at the Waldorf Astoria?
Nah. I'm at Williamsbridge.
You ain't at the You said
Williamsbridge right here.
Oh,
I had
Williamsbridge?
Williamsbridge.
Where's Is it an actual bridge?
Right there.
Willis Avenue?
The
Triborough?
Nah.
Is it it's not a bridge, it's a
Brooklyn Bridge. That's the bridge to Brooklyn.
Oh, I thought you was on a bridge.
No. I'm in the window.
Oh, that's right. So you in the Bronx?
No, I'm Manhattan.
Manhattan I want to say Brooklyn Bridge in Manhattan.
Yeah. This is the bridge to Brooklyn. You can walk it. You could take the train, or you could take the car.
Oh, I know.
I like that.
Was you up there in the 90s when they had that blackout and like everybody had to walk home? Everybody's walking across the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Taxi cabs was like $300.
Man.
It was I gotta go to Brooklyn. They said $300.
I walked to Brooklyn right here. I said, fuck it, let's walk to Brooklyn. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, on a nice day, hot day, in the summertime. In the cold, I can't do it. I could do it in the cold,
Man.
but in the summertime it's way better. I mean,
yeah, shit, man. Blackouts in New York, blackouts birth hip hop, man. In the Bronx, in the late 70s, that blackout happened. Everybody robbed the stores and had DJ equipment. All of a sudden, all these crews start popping up. Y'all better thank Con Edison for the birth of hip hop.
Man. Shit. Yo, what you think about Ebro not doing no more Hot 97 early morning?
I don't know. I don't really tune in, so I don't know about him not doing it. What is he going somewhere else in his career or?
I guess he was saying some shit or something. You know what I mean? 'Cause you know how some of these radio stations they be, you know what I mean? Like they be saying a whole bunch of crazy shit. You know, like if you don't follow the rules or whatever, like the person don't like, either they get you fired or you know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
In this day and time, you could say a lot more on the
Yeah.
radio. Back in the 80s, I remember I talked about this before. Grease Man from DC 101. He was getting suspended every other week. Like, you know, he was on that crazy stuff when they said they made Martin Luther King a national holiday. He holler out, kill 6 more of them, take the whole week off. They was like suspended. That was ignorant.
I
And
was
then
gonna
one
say,
time,
I was gonna tell you, when you walk this to Brooklyn, right? You know they got that park. It's not this side. This shit is blocking. But there's a big old park, like it's a beautiful park, right in the other side of, when you walk into Brooklyn. It's a whole nice big old park. I'll be chilling there. Nice. And you can see this side. When you're on that side, you can see this side. Like you can see all the water. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. I ain't gonna cap.
word. Oh, it was one other point that I forgot to make. Too.
Hmm.
I'm on here. I'm in on BlackTube for business. So what that means is this: I will do business providing you got good business credit with me. I will do business with anybody on here, and sometimes it's going to be your ops. It's going down. I'm here to get paid. If you can set your silly ass up on a live and get all kind of cash apps all day long, then I have a right to do my business and help who I can help to make sure, you know what I'm saying? So I can, keep this money flowing. Cause I don't get paid like that. You know what I mean? Cause I don't come on here. Now we all know if I switch the gears up and just start having those toxic ass panels, the money will be flowing in. But I ain't here for that. So
Hmm.
I ain't some fool that gotta do a 9-hour live sitting up in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? Talking about what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up with the dough? Cause it's Christmas time. You should have saved up for that shit. You know what I mean? You ain't got so you gotta sell your soul to get paid. Nah. But that's another thing too. I always do say, y'all, support people real content and support them too monetarily. Sometimes people they want to give y'all more of the good stuff, but y'all don't support it. Support them. I even said one time, I said, man, you go in their chat, drop $2. Think about it. If you go to 15 lives in 1 week and you tip $2 a live, that's $30. You drank more than that in Starbucks, man. Support your
You just
local.
gave me an
Support them,
idea.
sir.
You
What
just
idea
you
is that?
I ain't gonna say, but you gave me an idea. You just gave me an idea. I ain't gonna cap. You gave me an idea. Oh
Are
man.
you going to share, or is it a secret, double secret
It's a
idea?
secret. It's a secret. It's a secret.
All right. So Mikey is also the king of suspense. If y'all haven't figured it out yet, or as he liked to say, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he ever surprised us because we never get to the point. He just
Let
tell
me
us what's
say
going to
this,
be.
right? What you think about Rev G said?
Oh, oh,
You are very intelligent. What does that mean to you? When somebody tells you that they thought you was something else, but comes in terms in life,
you
they
you
said
like
you are very intelligent.
it. I'd have to hear it in the context. I think I may have heard the phrase. It could be taken in different ways. Telling somebody they're very intelligent could be a form of sarcasm where you're saying you really understand what I'm saying, but you're playing dumb like you don't, right? Or it
Mm-hmm.
could mean telling someone they're very intelligent could mean, hey, you are very intelligent, meaning don't believe what other people say about you because you are very intelligent. Like it could be a statement of reinsurance, or it could just be a matter of fact. You are very intelligent. See, like I said, you need the context with it to understand. I think the best thing to do in a case like that is ask the source, like ask the person, what do you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to get to it. But
Mm-hmm.
it is. I would deem it to say it's not that important. Your IQ is your IQ. What people think about you really don't matter. We was talking about manhood early, and I'm gonna get to the segment called Man Code before I get out of here. I have that segment. I could just run it now, but no, I'll wait. So it don't matter. As a man, it doesn't matter what the next man think about you. You know what I'm saying? It don't. It's not even worth burning the calories. Because if you come on here, this place on BlackTube is full of criticism. You're gonna always have Think about it. I always have people, they come on, they say your music is trash. Like, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna talk about that in the Man Code segment. I had people that'll critique everything that I produce, everything that I make. They don't make shit, ain't built shit, ain't did shit, and you ain't never heard me say their name not once or even make a reference to them. But they got the most shit to say about what I do. I'm gonna quote the individual and say, who gives a f about what a man I don't know say about me? That shit don't mean nothing. It don't. You know what I mean? I won't spend a millisecond or a jiffy even thinking about it. And by the way, y'all, a jiffy is 1/300th of a second, if you ever wondered, right? And it's also a tasty brand of popcorn. But anyway, and
I was gonna say that.
cornbread muffins. But
Ooh, the Jiffy pack, the box, the little pack,
yeah,
the
the
little
jiffy
box.
pop.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, as a man, you can't, and that's what I was talking about earlier. I used to get caught up in that, like worrying about, and it's not even like it would be different if it was my grandfather who had an opinion. And I would have to side eye that in this day and time, because I'm a man. All my grandfathers are gone, but they said something like where they was passing judgment. I look at them like, you're a man just like me. Or the better question is, when a man passes judgment on another man, is like, what does that say about you as a man? Why you got to go run around here labeling other men? Like to quote you, as a matter of fact, you always say, "Why are you worried about it?" Seriously, why is a man worried about what the next man is? You know what I'm saying? That man should be out moving and shaking. But see, if the man ain't got nothing going on in his life, then he gonna come on here to pass out judgment. He gonna come on here and try to have the loudest mic because he believes somehow that gives him prowess for his lack of testosterone, because his mic can turn up louder, or he can
You like this?
over roast. That's a great defensive weapon there.
Yes, sir. You see, I walk around with this in my back pocket just in case. You know, a nigga act up on me. You know, you go,
Yeah,
bong, bing, bing.
that'll sting.
Right?
It'll sting. It'll definitely sting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow I would say I would prefer a spray, because I think a spray has more
Mm.
coverage. You know what I mean? I think a spray will choke you out. I think it'll incapacitate you faster, or
You,
even both.
you think so?
How about a spray and then a good flogging with the rod? Just to touch the ribs, just to spray you, and then while you screaming, just touch the ribs a little bit with that boop boop boop. Hit him with the boop bop, and then go, and then dip down the sideway and just be on out.
You know, yeah.
And if he holding some snacks, just go ahead on take. No, that's robbery. Don't take their snacks. But that'd be messed up. Then you'd be locked up for some Jiffy popcorn. Be locked your ass up sitting down central bookings. Miss Murph, just a thought. Me and positive thinking. Wow. It can work with a small group in agreement with the hopes that others will join the movement. I like that. Yeah, see, it's kind of like it only takes like 0.1% of a population to bring about a positive change. I remember one time I read this story years ago. It was a school district in Georgia where they had like a few of the students to meditate in the morning and meditate on peace. And they said in the next quarter, violent incidents had dropped down by a significant percentage. So like I said, when you got all these people that's telling you that's the way the sector is, it's the sector, it's the sector, it's the sector. No, that's people that ain't got shit else to do. They don't want you to do nothing else, because they can't survive in that atmosphere. They can't survive. If you switched up and say, for instance, you was like, yeah, I was doing all fuckery, but then you changed it and was like, I'm going to do 20 instead of this way. I'm going to do 20% fuckery and 80% of my real content, talking about crocheting and cooking recipes and book reviews. They would suffocate. They wouldn't have no way to go. That's why everything about these clowns is always old ass narratives about some shit back in the day. They want to take you to trial and hold you accountable for some shit you said 5 years ago when you was 15 years old in 10th grade. They want to do that. They want to keep you locked in the past. No, F the past. It's 2026. A fool knows that a fool only believes that in the past that it has any type of substance. The only moment where you can bring about change is the present moment. You can't even do nothing with the future. The future is a infinite probability of outcomes. Unpredictable. We don't know. So the only moment you got is right now. But see, the people, they got to hold you back in the past, telling you shit you did. And the part that kills me is, ain't none of us in no moral position to judge the next person, talk about what somebody did. And you know what, though? Next time somebody tell you, when they want to get you in one of them stupid ass circular arguments talking about what you did in the past, tell them, fuck your past. I'm in the now. What did I
You
do
know,
in the last 5 minutes
you
that's
know
so
what?
egregious?
You
Go
know, I
ahead.
always say when people bring up my past, go back to the future and fix it, and come back to reality and tell me how do you feel about fixing it? Because at this point, I give two fucks what happened in my past. I shit on my past with a whole lot of toilet tissue. You know, my
Past
past is my past is my past. My future is the future. You know. Hey, so what? I did some fuck nigga shit in my past. The only person I could say who could judge me, it might be people, but I say the higher up is more better than you.
yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, guess who's looking at my past and your past? Not me, not you. It's the man
We
above.
we we talked about that. Welcome Remix. Speaking of Remix, did you ever hear Remix's when he gave a speech about redemption? See, if you listen to Remix, right, every so often you'll catch him where he kind of go. I call it going off script, where he'll start talking some real shit. Like you'll see his real thoughts, and he started talking about people with past. Like they always want to go into your criminal past, talking about what you did. And he said, "So let me understand." I'm paraphrasing because I wish I'd have recorded it. That would have been good in the song. And he said, so that's what it's going to be. I did some stuff in the past. So for the rest of even if I went to jail, did time, pay my debt to society. So what about redemption? So a man can't never have that. It's just going, I'm gonna be that for the rest of my life, according to y'all. And it made a point. But see, the thing is, if you notice something, what was profound and what he was saying is they can only attack him in his past. They gotta keep him, he gotta be the juvenile. You understand what I'm saying? That stole a car, because that's the one they can attack. And they want him to pay for that now. He probably, I don't know, late 30s, maybe 40. So they want him to pay for that. They don't get they like, F the fact that you working two jobs and you picked up an Amazon shift to get your kids some extra Christmas stuff and to get your girl up out that hood to get into that townhouse, and you killing yourself. Forget all that. But you stole a car when you was 14. They want you got to pay for that forever. So that's why I said it don't matter what a man say to you. That man probably a piece of shit too, where he want to keep you back there because he ain't elevating. He ain't taking care of his business. And how you can tell is you don't never hear nothing about his kids. You don't never hear them reference him. No, now granted, they ain't gonna drop no names, but you don't never hear him say, "Now I gotta go, y'all, because I get up here, get this stuff off layaway for these kids, or my daughter this, or something that." Nothing of any substance. So they want you to stay in the past. I could use myself for an example. You're gonna hear people say, "But you made a diss track though." Yo, yeah, okay. I did. And then I switched it into where it's not a diss track, these are roast tracks, and they supposed to make you laugh. But the thing is, I'm noticing some people you ain't gonna make laugh. Because see what they gonna do? They gonna take something I produce, go back to their channel, like I made a song about this court case, and it wasn't even about the case. Matter of fact, because I said I wouldn't do that. And I made a song about my opinion on something, more as a joke. But see, around here, I can't say stuff like innocent until proven guilty, which is constitutional law. Because then I got people want to fall out with me, cuss me out, and start calling me all kind of sexual deviance and bullshit because I don't agree with they stupid ass. So I say this, leave them where they at, because we're not going to do that again when we be cool. And then the minute I don't see it your way, you got to throw a full-on tantrum, start calling me names and accusations. accusations and shit of adultery and all this dumb shit. And I would say, even if I did do that, that's the past. You know what I mean? So we gonna move it forward. I'm not having no interactions and conversations. Whatever they do on their stupid ass channel, I will never see it. I trust me. This shit got a block button on it. You can unsub. It got a block button. You ain't got to see nobody you don't want to see unless you just thirsty for that shit. Where it's something, I ain't gonna lie, your ego be craving it. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to say something. I'm waiting for him to say something. Matter of fact, that's what you call it hate watching. You know, they tuned in here now. They sitting back, listening to what I gotta say, because they want me to make a reference. Now you see why I'll never say a name? Because it make it hard for them. They got to figure out, who is he talking about? What they don't realize is half the time when I said the word men on here, I was talking about 8 or 9 of them, all at the same time. I'm not gonna make it personal about you. And I recognize the truth when I hear it. That's why I say when the brother talked about redemption. Now here's the thing. You not you personally, but as an individual man, you can also have redemption. But here's fact number 1. You can't sit around here and talk about some other man's criminal past and drag his ass through the gutter about it when you sitting here with a criminal past yourself and you won't own up to it. You won't admit to it. It ain't you. It's mistaken identity, all this other dumb shit. Like we honestly believe that wasn't you. So my question is, what are you doing now? Are you an upstanding citizen now? Are you dealing with your kids? Are you working the 2 jobs in the Amazon Flex to make sure your kids got? No, so I'm going to assume that not only did you have a criminal past and you was a petty ass thief, I'm going to also assume that I'm not assume, but you also a coward because you can't own up to that shit. I mean, if you could find my juvenile record of something I might have done, have at it. You know what I mean? I could tell you if I did anything. I could tell you I ain't never get caught doing shit, but I could tell you. But what does it matter now? You know what I mean? The grandkids don't care. All 9.5 of them, they don't give a goddamn what I did. And it don't matter. And they ain't never in their lives seen the example of me doing some goofy shit. So what does it matter? Well, I gotta tear you down. I gotta dox you. Man, dox your ass. Ain't nobody hey, look.
Say what's happening.
Oh, hold on.
You ain't gotta dox me. Cause guess what?
We streaming live.
Just ask me. I'll give you.
You know the jugs. You know the jail. You know what I'm saying? We outside, real life, fresh out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First podcast. Oh, live life, baby.
Oh
Fresh
shit!
out.
Don't hold shit back.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? What you want to do, achieve it. Think it, but you better believe it.
I like that
Bars.
word. I like that word. I like that. I'm not gonna hold you. I like.
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. You gotta own up to that. You know what I mean? We all did some goofy ass dumb shit. But see, the thing is, you gotta own up to, man, who you are. And then I guess that would give you a right to talk about the next man, but then you gotta ask yourself a question. When you embrace manhood, you don't have a need to really talk about the next man like that. In a way. Now, when I do it in a joking manner. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this 100 times. I'm gonna stop saying it because I keep feeling like I'm on the defense. If I say something about you, right? Let's say it's in one of them little songs or something like that. Yo, that shit is not it's not personal. I'm not saying I'm not doing it because I'm trying to hurt your feelings or something like that. Yo, I need y'all to really take off them tight ass drawers or whatever's cutting off your circulation is, man, and learn how to laugh, man. Loosen the hell up.
Hey, I
All that
don't
bubbling.
wear drawers. I don't wear drawers. I wear boxers.
Oh, okay.
Boxers. No,
Okay.
man.
Your tight ass undergarments.
Yeah, I don't wear them tight whiteies.
Bro,
You know.
brother, we know damn well you got a pair of Aquaman underoos on right now.
Nope.
Stop
I'm
playing.
good. I'm good on them tighty whiteies.
He got the Aquaman underoos. Anyway.
Oh man.
I ain't never had none of them when I was little, yo. I ain't never had none of them. Not the underoos, son.
Some tighty whiteies.
Yeah.
With the ill shit staying in the back and the pee staying in the middle. Nowhere in hell. Nope.
Yo. Yo, I can't do it. Changing the topic. I'm changing the topic. Yolanda, come help me, please. I'm stuck up here with him.
You know them tidy whiteys. You got to use super Clorox. Shits. I'm
Yep.
good. I'm good
And
on
then
that.
and then you in there dogging your brother and your mother say you don't wipe your ass right. Yeah, bust you out in front of your friends.
Man, man. The last time I stopped wearing tidy whiteys when I was maybe 10 or 11. That's the last time.
You said 10 or 11 o'clock when
Nah, nah.
you was running through the hallway, sliding across the floor like Tom Cruise in Risky Business. Dun dun
Man.
dun 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 dun. Just take them old records off the shelf.
You know, I ain't gonna hold you. I did wanted to do that as content. I did wanted to do that. No cap, but I said, nah, I'll probably look crazy. Got some thick thighs. I mean, shit, pause. No thick thighs either. Hey, it be like that sometimes.
Yup. But
Man.
I'm making good time. I done cleaned the snow off the car. I forgot I went out of town. I forgot. I didn't even know it was going to snow.
Man.
I was like, damn, I ain't put none of the car covers on. Now I got to go to the car wash to get the wax, y'all, because I can't wash no car outside in the winter. So
That's another thing too. I don't want to say all men, but certain men wear tidy whities. Why?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know I wouldn't have no way of knowing people do that unless you work in a laundromat or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people and of course they got boxer briefs, which they're not the tidy whities, but they're more form fitting
Yeah,
boxer. I guess if you
I like boxer briefs. They feel
Yeah,
comfortable.
you wouldn't want to wear that if you got like sometimes we gotta at work, I gotta throw the suit on. I hate that. And
Yeah.
you want to wear them because you don't want to be, you don't want to be walking around the office. You got dress pants on. You gotta keep it civil. Trust me. You be talking to Heather from HR. Um so yeah,
It's
it's they
crazy
all
work.
serve a purpose. They serve a purpose. They serve a purpose. But they were selling a lot of adult onesies years ago. I remember everybody, my homegirl was like, yo, I'm looking for a onesie. And I I want one with the rabbit ears in it. And I said, girl, I was looking around. I said, yo, I found a pair of them. I said, you really gonna walk around with that? I said, man, do your thing. Matter
You
of
know,
fact, surprise me. Go through the drive-through with him on.
you know what's crazy? The most weirdest. I don't want to say underwear, but them other joints with the long trunk, with the elephant trunk, and the man. Why?
What? I don't know what you talk.
You know
What's
them
what's next? You gonna talk about the long johns with the flap in the back next? What are we talking about? How do we get on
nah.
underwear? How did this happen?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think this is a good segue for we call this portion of the show Man Code. Right? So
Yeah.
we like to bring on a topic and then we like to talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead on and just drop the intro so we can get to this segment of the show. Welcome
Man
to the Man
code.
Code section of the show. That's right. When we talk about man code, that means there's a certain unwritten rule book of things that you don't do as a man. Now, we're not going to talk about all the things. Right now, we're going to talk about the name drop. You do not run around in this world with another man's name in your mouth over and over unless he sent for your punk ass. Why is you saying the man's name?
It depends.
Why is you talking to your friends about this man? Why are
It
you in the
depends.
chat? No, let me finish. Why are you in the
Okay.
chat about this man? Why are you up on the panel invoking the man name and the man don't never look at you, don't never say nothing to you? We call that admiration. We call it dick riding because you all with that man name in your mouth. That's a violation of man code. Man code 119, subsection 3, paragraph 2. You shall not evoke the name of the next man repetitiously if you don't have any knowledge of, business with, or intentions to associate with that individual. Sir, you are in violation, and that is completely bitch made. What you think about that, Mikey? How you feel about that man code violation?
I feel like it's true. It's true. It's true to a certain degree. If that nigga talking about me, mentioning my name for slash man code, I'm pulling up.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
I did say if you repeatedly got his name in your mouth and you don't have no association with. Now that's a different story. If he called for you, that's something different. That's not a man code violation.
nah.
But you know how it is. Sometimes we do it with celebrities. You know, we run around here, oh, you know, Jay-Z this, Jay-Z ain't do that, and Jay-Z. That's a celebrity thing. That's kind of almost a violation. I give you a slight pass because it's a celebrity and it's mainstream news. But if you're walking around here with the average ninja's name in your mouth over and over, hold up. Wow, you ain't never heard of onesie as an adult? Only little footy. Yeah, they got the adult onesies, man. Trust me, pull it up. Yeah, they was rocking out
Yeah,
then.
I'm good. I'm good on the
So
onesies. I'm good on them.
so I'm not. I gotta. Man, look, when you get my age, sometimes you drink a lot of Kool-Aid. You gotta go to the bathroom 3 a.m. But anyway, I don't drink no Kool-Aid. But yeah. So that's my whole thing. Now, see, now when a so-called man, these alpha males, is running your name every 5 minutes out their mouth, like I say, it's admiration. They want your attention. That's why we say it's a violation, because a man should never be jockeying and vying for another man's attention unless you want that man looking at you for some reason. It must be something because you keep saying his name. So whatever it is, yeah, I mean, that's a violation. We don't do that. Now, last week on the episode, we talked about man code. We talked about pocket watching. I ain't gonna go back into that, but that was just a refresher of where we was last week for that. Now, if I can get a lady up here, we
Yeah,
can
all that pocket watching.
yeah,
I'm good on
we
that.
can do a
I'm
we
good
can
on
do a
that.
sec. Yeah, I brought that up on the last episode of Man Code because everybody was around here talking about the next man money and what he spent it on and his case and all that. But look,
Mm.
check it out. So we get so with the women, when the women come up, we drop a topic and then we do battle of the sexes, but they ain't up here. So, the sisters and D7, she asked for the link, but over there where she at, and over there in New Zealand, it's about 11 o'clock at night. Speak easy. What's happening, homie? What's cracking? I don't never see you over here. Speak easy. Oh. So
I like that phrase. How you say? What's cracking, speak?
yeah,
I be saying some shit like that sometimes. What's cracking, my guy?
what's cracking? Yeah, so what's cracking
uh,
lacking? That's that.
that's
Yeah,
that old saying.
now that's that West Coast. It's funny when I used to be out there, I come home and then be saying all they slang, and then I'll be out there saying stuff from the East Coast. And
Mm.
it's funny because I always talk about that, how down here in B-more, we never really had our own. Well, we had like a couple of words, but they was kind of corny, and then we would argue with the DC boys over who
Hmm.
invented the word, and a lot of times the words would get picked up in jail. So DC people say Bama. We never said that word. I had my homeboy Marvin.
Bama?
Yeah, he kept
What's
trying
that means? Bama. That shit
Bama.
sound.
Like, yo, you are like, yo, you a Bama. That's like a person that's like out of sorts, out of style, unpopular. Like,
Mm.
yo, yo, you still got on. Like, I'm gonna put it back in the day.
Hmm.
Yo, you still wearing striped leaves? Man, them shit's out of style. Yo, you a Bama. You know what I mean? Or that's me. Get that Bama ass shit out of here. If you expressed an idea that was unpopular, that Bama
Yeah.
ass shit. So my buddy Marvin growing up, he started saying that word. I just kept looking at him like, yo, that's some DC shit. And DC people say youngin', everybody youngin', they be like, yo, youngin'. I was around there, youngin', up in the joint, yo. All them
Mm.
shorties was up in there, youngin', or Mo. Everybody's Mo in DC. Yo, Mo, I ain't got no more left. Mo, you know what I mean?
Oh, how about
So
this?
that's
How about this one? Like, what's crack a lacking?
okay. So I guess we off the DC slang segment. So anyway, I like I like because I be like youngin, youngin. At
Ah,
first, I was like, yo, I'm older than you, but I understood that in a while. Like
yeah,
Baltimore say some dumb shit now, but they call the young people call each other dummy. They be like, what it? They be like, fuck it, do dummy. You know, dummy. And I'm looking at them like, yo, that's the stupidest shit out. Like, come on, bro. I know either I'm getting old or we just ain't hip no more. So we used to wait for all the new words to come out of New York. Because New York, at one point in time, y'all, was a city of originators. You know what I mean? New York, everything was, man, everything was, New York was the trendsetter, you know? I don't know. I ain't been to New York in a long time. I don't know what they doing up there. But they used to always have the words that'll come out. You know what I mean? And then, so I would go up New York, steal a word. Because I talked about this before. Like, I remember one time I was in the Bronx. I was in Mount Vernon, actually, and I was going to the studio and it was Heavy D Cousins in them studio. I think it was called, was it Chung King Studio? I can't remember. It was so long ago. And I remember I was talking, it's two of the dudes, the engineers in there. He was like, yo, kid, yo, kid. He said, yo, you heard the new word, yo? And there's some shit. I'm in New York and I'm like, oh, you mean to tell me y'all got the new words come out? Like it's a thing. And he said, yeah, yo, the new word. I said, oh shit, I didn't know that. I'm here when the new word dropped. He said, yo, the new word, yo, doke. D-O-K-E, doke. So I said, dope. He said, yeah, man, last night that party, that shit was dope. Now, if you listen to in this day and time, they took the word dope and changed it to dope because people were mispronouncing it. That's why everything they say dope now is dope, dope. It was dope, D-O-K-E original. Anybody in New York, mid 80s, late 80s, it was more like 87, would know. If you listen on Kid and Play's first couple of singles, you'll hear them. They don't say dope, they say dope. You know what I mean? So a lot of this, New York would just come up with these words and shit, and I would be like, "Oh, I'm keeping that." You know what I mean? So I'll be around the way saying it, and people are like, "Oh, yo, what that? That's slick." Stripe Lees, yeah, remember the Lee jeans? Lee jeans. So it would be salad colors would be in style. One year, then we had the pinstripe Lees came. I'm gonna get Lees, yo, all flavors, yo, all flavors. With the Clarks, or whatever shoes was out. You know what I mean? So that was the thing. You get all flavor Lees and
I
had the little
always say,
Russell West shirts.
I always tell some certain guys like it was good, kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kid is definitely a New York thing. Kid and son,
That's
son,
true.
kid.
It's good. What's good, son?
Yeah,
You got my
that's
shit, son?
that's New York. Yeah, that's New York all day. They call
Yeah,
it. I remember Claudia Jordan, the fool. Claudia Jordan said she was having sex with this dude from New York, and she said, "Yo." She said he weirded me the fuck out. She talking about, yo, he was knocking and talking about, yeah, son, this shit good, son. Yo, I was
yeah.
rolling. She said that shit, I was dying. I said,
Uh,
oh my God. I said, boy, you can take the dude out of New York, but you can't. And you know how y'all recognize y'all could recognize a New Yorker anywhere else in the country.
uh-huh.
Because New York, you can tell a New Yorker because wherever you at, I can say Atlanta. I can say, matter of fact, Columbia, South Carolina. You know how you know a New Yorker? Because they always complain that it ain't New York. Yo, son, fuck you mean the bar closed at 9 o'clock, son? The bar
That's a
ain't open on a
fact.
Sunday, son? Yo, what
That's
you
a
mean?
fact.
The pizza joint closed, son? Yo, they complain. They be like, yo, where the mailbox at? Yo, I'm trying to get my check, son. Yo, the mailbox over
Man.
there. Fuck you mean? Yo, on the other field, past that
He said,
corner?
fuck you mean, nigga.
Fuck you mean? I gotta walk. Y'all gotta walk. Yo, son, I gotta walk 5 miles to get the mail. Yo, what the fuck? Yo,
Man.
New York is always complaining. And then people, and when you from New York and you somewhere else, people always know you from New York. So they always be like, yo, yo, hey, excuse me, yo, say quarter. Say quarter. You be like, quarter. And they just bust out laughing. Like they make you say word. they, be,
Man.
they be country teasing your accent and shit. Yo, say quarter. Quarter.
Man. I'm telling you, yo, I went to Texas one time for the All-Star game. And I was chilling there. It was pretty nice. This dude say, yo, he said something like, "What's good, cowboy?" I said something. I said, "How you doing, man?" And such and such. He said, "Where you from, Texas?" I said, what? I said, I ain't from Texas, man. You know what I mean? I'm from New York. He was like, man, I thought you was from Texas. You know what I mean? Cause you know, I was talking Texas language type shit. And I kind of
Mhm.
fooled them a little bit. He was like, oh man, I thought you was from here, from Texas. I was like, nah, I'm from New York, boy. You know what I mean? Yo, his whole attitude changes. His whole attitude changed on me. That's for real. I was like, yo, one day I gotta go back to Texas again and just chill. You know what I mean? Go see my man Shad T. You know? You know? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, cause sometimes I be, man, shit, I be talking weird sometimes. And people be like, damn, man, you know, shit be weird sometimes. Nah, but
Yeah,
God,
no, it's all good. But shit. Speaking of that, it's a lot of New Yorkers in Tampa, Florida, South Carolina. Yeah, but
PA,
it's definitely a cultural shift. Hey, look, you gotta. It's an adjustment. You know, you leave in New York, ain't none of that everything open all night, 24/7. And
that's
you
a
can get
fact.
any in New York, you can get anything, any time of day, anywhere. You know, you be like, yo, it's a part of my VCR. Yo, the spindle, the head broke. Yo, I can get a new VCR head. Look, oh,
Man,
it ain't even in style. It's like I can find one. It's something open. Shit, it's enough
man.
tire repair places, windshield repair places.
Nah, where I was in Florida, the store it was open 24/7. You know what I mean? And plus, gas stations was open too. So it was convenient for me, you know, because I was used to walking, you know. So I was used to walking to the gas station, go get my Dutchess, whatever, you know. And shit. Well, I mean, the most comfortable thing I say in Florida, man, you could carry your weapon in your hip, like it's cool, you know.
Man, you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on this civil case, right? And it's
Mm.
crazy because I literally had to hire somebody to dox people. That's crazy. I should have just went to the sector and said, yo, find these people for me, find their assets. I had to pay somebody to dox. I'm like, damn.
Damn,
But
that's too
shit, I
much
ain't got
for me. That's too much.
yeah, I
Trying
mean, but it's part of the case. It's like it's a civil case. It's over with now, but when you file in judgments, you gotta be able to find the assets, and that ain't something that's always out in front. Because
yeah, yeah.
in the state that I'm doing it in, they got a lot of privacy laws, so I can't see a lot. I can see the real estate, but I can't see the things. So I should have
Mm,
gave it to some of the people around here
mm.
to get that going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel
but
you. I feel you on
I
that.
guess we up here kicking it. I guess I should have talked about some sector stuff.
Man.
No, that's crazy. I can't see Carrie, even though she got the hammer. It's something happened. There's a glitch in YouTube. I don't know what I was doing or what we were doing, and it won't let me see her comments.
I want to
And I
ask you
can't
a question.
go ahead.
What's your powerful view of 2026? Your powerful view.
What's a powerful view?
Something that you want. It's something that you want. You feel like you should really accomplish in 2026. Like, what's your
Hmm,
view?
man, accomplish. You know what? I would say to focus more on my personal health and well-being and my mental state and spiritual state to like really start basically and shifting towards just self-improvement, focusing more on that. And then taking more of my free time for creativity of some real content that matters, something that can make people think, that can have people consider things, change, maybe change their lives for the better. But that starts with the individual. That's why I started out with improve certain areas. So that's what the work is about, and
Mm.
and spending more quality time doing these things. Welcome into the stage, the rescuer, the brother of another color. I mean, a brother of a certain agricultural background. What's happening, homie?
Ain't nothing, man. I just came to chop it
I
up with
like that. I like that above another color.
you. Oh, that mic is loud as hell.
He another shade. Yeah, because see, back in the day, we was coming up, the light-skinned brothers was in style, so I was getting my LB show on. You understand what I'm saying? I had the waves, and I had my eyebrows was almost connected. And then around 1988, some bullshit happened. In Vogue
Yeah.
made this song called Hold On, and they had all the bald head chocolate brothers in the video, and the United Colors of Benetton started running these chocolate bald head brothers. And man, about the time I came of age to finally start getting it in, the damn dark-skinned bald-head brothers took over. I was like, ain't this about a bitch? You know what I mean? I waited all this time. I was ready. And then we went out of style.
Yeah, well, that's for y'all cool guys. Us lames, we didn't, no matter what we look like, we just couldn't get the women. So
I wasn't cool. I was that dude though. I'm a girl, I'm your friend. I relate to you. I understand you. And then next thing they like, you so cool. Just get in the shower with me. Type, whatever. So, but yeah, that was crazy, man. How it's sad that we actually had colors and shit that was in style. We were some jacked up and still messed up ass people. Like, I mean? We had shit that be in style. It's like,
yeah,
hey.
I can't hold you, man. When I'll Be Sure came out, it was kind of like we had to sit on the sideline. The dark skin.
Yeah, I was ready to. I was all in the club doing the Cabbage Patch. I want to be
Man,
girl. I want to be I said I want to be
I want to ask. I want to ask. I want to.
gal.
I
He
want to.
couldn't sing worth shit, but
I want to ask both of y'all a question. What's the best thing in the early '90s and the early '20s that you had? What's the best thing that you had?
The best
I
thing.
didn't have to answer
Yeah,
questions like these.
the best thing that you had in early '90s and the early '20s.
Can you narrow that down? The best thing?
Yes, yes.
I like
The,
like thing like what though? Which
like it could
Yeah.
be anything, anything, anything. The best thing that you had, you felt like, damn, this shit was the truth.
Miguel, ¿cuál es la
Yes.
vaina? ¿Cuál es la vaina?
early 90s. I'm trying to think. Like I can't remember. You got to say some. Maybe Bombay throw some things out there. I could chime in.
Just something you felt like it was the best thing in your life between the '90s and the early 2000s. The
Hmm.
best thing.
Yeah, I mean probably. I don't know. I think I know what saved me. My daughter being born saved me. So
Mm.
I guess that changed my trajectory of my life. So yeah, I'll say that.
I say me too. I say me too. When I had my first, like I felt like the world just opened my mind up to like now I got my first child. Like it shit made me like I was like damn. You know, now I'm a grown ass man having a little infant, you know? I feel like that was the best thing in my life,
Yeah.
you know?
And it's funny too because my first daughter was born. I was a teenager, and I in the delivery room I was cool. As
Mm.
my other two kids, one was when I was 35, and the other one I was 45. I almost fainted both of them times.
Damn. Woo.
I,
you
Ah.
you
You
span
you
that's some distance.
yeah,
you
yeah,
you almost fainted?
yeah.
Man, I saw that shit. I was like,
He
"What?"
better y'all better than me. I was damn near in the next hospital over. Shit.
Nah.
Shit. I'm
Like
like,
like
no, man.
like
I'm be
with
out
me,
here.
I'm used to seeing gore stuff. So like when my kid's
Nah.
mother had the C-section, I saw that. They was like, "Yo, you okay?" I was like, "Nah, just keep
Nah.
on." I
I
kind of
was in the
like it,
room. I was just
you
out.
know.
I was looking out the window though. I was in the room. I was looking out the window though,
ain't
because
no listen.
I'm a punk.
Ain't no way you was in the delivery room and a woman let you look anywhere else. She
Man,
had you
shit, most of the time I was getting cussed out.
exactly. And you had to
Shit.
you was right there
Yeah,
next to her.
I said, next time you'll be taking this Demerol if I gotta put it in your damn coffee. You ain't doing that natural shit no more, cussing me out. Shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. When I was a teenager, it didn't bother me. I just was in there like, oh, okay, and then like I said, once I got older and was more aware of how much of a physical miracle it was and all the things that can go wrong, I was freaked out a little bit more when I got older for
Mm.
some reason.
I told myself, right, when I was in the delivery room for the first time, I said, if my pops was there and my mom's was there for me, I'm gonna do it for them too. I'm gonna do it for her. I ain't gonna never leave her side, never. And to this day, I'm still by her side, all three of them. That's what I said for the
Are
first time.
they all by the same woman?
Same woman, same woman.
Okay. When
Because
did y'all break up?
like the late
We
two
ain't in the late
thousand,
2000s yet. We're
the
in the
late.
mid 2000s.
I
We're
mean,
not even in the mid. What,
I
like
mean the
2090?
nah, my fault for saying it like that. The early 2000s, you could say the early 2000s. That's when
Oh,
we
yeah.
separated.
Well, you need to call her today. Go ahead on and work that out, man. Trust me. We need two things
Nah,
working.
I can't. Nope, nope, nope. God told me, says, stick what you know. Don't go back. Don't go.
You
Don't
know,
go back in
you,
time with something that.
God ain't tell you that.
Guy was stumbling over his
Yeah,
words.
God, what scripture? What's that? Isaiah? Fucking, what are you talking about? God told him. Shit, I can find 15 scriptures say God said you better take your black ass
Uh,
home and take care and handle that business. Stop playing. He talking about God said.
look. My instinct.
Idolater, your soul is required in hell.
Nah. My instinct told me not to go back to the future with her, not to deal with her problems. Stick with your new future.
What what problem she got? Top three.
Damn, too
See,
much,
see,
too much with the hands.
that means Mike is the problem. No, no. What do you mean too much with the hand? What she put her hand? What she do? Like spontaneous, just slap you for no reason? What do
Yes,
you mean? She wanted that. She's physical. Okay,
yes.
oh, damn,
So
I ain't got an answer for that one.
I cannot be in a with her. You know what I mean? With her
Now, give
physical,
me an
I
example. Like,
can't. I just can't.
what would cause her to put a speed knot upside your head? Like, what would you have to do to get her to put the 5 club on you? Like, like, like what? What was it? Is it something you say, or
It's
she
something I
found another
said.
phone number? She found another phone number when she was washing your jacket. Like what is it?
Nah. Like I was a sneak player. You know what's a sneak player?
Nah, I want to know what did you do to make her slap you? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I guess I'm a sneak player. I used to be a sneak player.
Oh, so then you caused it. So then it's not okay. Next. Okay, I said three. So the slapping is your fault because you out of pocket, and God told you that you ain't supposed to be out there sneak playing. So now what else you do? Well, we can stop right there actually because
Yeah.
once you done went out the gate, that pretty much there ain't gonna be nothing but trouble. So you got to keep it in your pants, stay home. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, ain't
I
no
put it
woman gonna
like
put up
this.
with that.
I had two women in my crib, right? First was before she became my kid's mother. It was, and then my childhood girlfriend came. I didn't know she came. And she was like, "Yo, Mike, are you gonna let me in?" I said, "Damn." I said, "I freak it. You could come in." And then,
See, he hanging himself left and right. I mean, you imagine we need to get her on the panel and kick Mikey off. We need to get the baby mama on the panel. She could tell us all the crazy shit he
I,
was doing, like bringing over his exes,
yeah,
sleeping around and stuff.
I,
Yeah, man, stop playing.
I need some clarification. So you had two girls at your house already,
yes.
and then another girl came and you let her in.
No. I had my kids before she became my kid's mother. I had her in the crib, stay in the crib with me.
Y'all was
And
friends.
then no, it was boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean,
Okay.
she was working, I was working, and all of a sudden, my ex childhood girlfriend came, started knocking on the door like, "Yo, Mike, you miss me? Whatever." So I said, "Yeah, yeah, I do.
Oh my
Come,
God. Oh,
come to the crib." She
Oh
came to.
yeah, you
yeah. See, but Mike, it's official. You are the problem. But sir, hello.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
My microphone just went out.
we can
No,
hear
I
you.
Mm.
know what it is. It's not the microphone. It's my headphone. I unplugged it.
But I did kind of learn. I said I can't be a player no more. It's not gonna work how I want it to work. So I just stopped being a player. I said, "Freak it." I just stay
Okay.
single.
So now that you're not a player, so now you
Nah.
can go home.
Yeah.
Cause she ain't gonna slap you no more. Cause you're gonna do the right thing. You're gonna go home, honor her, and the kids, so your daughter can see how a man's supposed to treat a woman. They be like, oh my God, he kisses mommy's hand. He's always stroking her hair. He always touching her. Oh, I want a man like that. And then everything gonna work out.
Like I tell you like this. Like I'll fight for my woman if it has to come down to that.
Yeah, it's time to go fight.
You feel me?
Um, yeah, it's time to fight. That was early 2000s. It's
Yes.
it's 10 years later now, 12 years later. So you've grown, you're more mature now, and you've probably recognized that chasing all these other women strays out in the street, conquering is not productive. And
No.
it'll never end. It'll never cease. And eventually you'll get older and then you can't do it no more anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you 80, the plumbing, that shit ain't the same. So, know what I mean?
Nah, my
So
plumbing is good. My plumbing is good.
I
You
said
feel
when you
me?
80, I
Oh
said
yeah,
80.
yeah,
All
yeah,
it
yeah,
See, the
yeah,
thing is,
yeah.
the things that we do, all this stuff gonna slow down. Beauty gonna fade, our
Mm.
physicals gonna start declining, like your credit card. And then when we get to be 80, you know what I mean? Stuff it real life, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, even before then, real life kicks in. When you get older, then you be looking at your mate and you like, damn, all the stuff y'all used to do, it's different. It's a whole different outlook. But the thing is though, the biggest thing is man and woman exists, for us to raise families. And our problem is that we think it's about us and we think it's about our happiness and all these things. Once the first child is born, your happiness is that shit ain't even secondary. It's like fifth or ninth down the line. Everything
Mm.
becomes about these kids. So our whole life until that last one crosses that stage and even beyond. And they want to go to college another 4 years. When they cross that stage, and then once they living with you, they save up enough money to buy their own house and they finally go out into the world, then you can go ahead on and enjoy your vacation and do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, yeah, if you can help it, like I said, from what you saying, it don't sound like your partner was unreasonable. It just sounds like it was just some more growing to do. So now if
Yeah.
you ain't grown, if you ain't there yet, then maybe not time to go back home. But I'll tell you this much, ain't shit out here. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Ain't
That's a
nothing out
fact.
here, yo. Nothing out here.
Just
And these
I want to take what Max V said. Ain't
oh
nothing but legs in trouble outside. Legs in trouble.
yeah,
Legs
yeah.
in trouble. Ain't nothing out there but legs in trouble on the late night tip. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Plus now, man, it takes two people. It takes two incomes. It ain't even an option. Being single ain't even an option no more. You know what I mean? Cause it's like, unless you making some serious bank, man, we ain't even gonna talk about New York. God damn, boy. Shit, New York, it costs $700 a month to live outside. It's expensive as shit. You know what I mean? You like, but where you sleep at on the bus bench? $700 out here, every day trying to survive. But yeah,
Mm.
you got a family, man. That's the best thing. It's the best thing, when you got that family. It's the greatest thing watching them kids grow up. It's all about sacrifice, cause definitely ain't about you no more.
No.
And as a man, you got to get up and go out every day, whether you want to do it or not. It builds character. It's not bad. You accept what is. It's like, well, I'm working this job and I got the Amazon Flex, but these kids, they got needs. And I don't know. I think is watching their faces light up when they get what they need. To me, gives me more pleasure than me having something I really want. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Of course, when I was a kid, you know, the whole Christmas thing was like, oh my God, man. Did y'all used to mark y'all calendar counting down like it's 19 more days, it's 18 more
Yes,
days, you know?
sir.
So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
That's a
man.
fact.
Shit.
That's a fact.
Especially, hey, look, especially if it's a child support situation, y'all take y'all ass home. Like, man, that shit. I ain't trying. Man, the one thing you don't want, you do not want the state telling you what to do as a man or in your business. I tell people that all the time, man. Keep them child support, keep them peoples. Yo, just get that girl the money, like keep them up out your business, because that's the last thing you need. It's miserable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you can come to an agreement and y'all trust each other and or the custodial parent trusts the parent that's not in the house, then you could do it. But if for protection reasons, why if you're the custodial parent, I understand why you want to have an order just to make sure that things happen, and that as part of that is getting along with the co-parent. So
Yeah. Me and her, we co-parenting. Like we good. She got her own place, doing her own thing on TikTok. You know.
Shit. Even more reason. She's stable.
Yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah.
stable. It's time to, man. You need to go get some roses. It's time to go.
yeah,
Look, we need to talk.
and Mikey,
I ain't trying to say no. I just want to come talk to you. I want to talk to you about this.
Nah, I don't go backwards no more.
Mikey,
I
There she
listen,
don't.
go
listen,
backward.
man. You gotta
Yeah.
get you one of them 30 gallon black bags. Throw some of your clothes in there.
Yeah,
Black
in the
black
PlayStation.
black plastic bag, and next time you stop over there, leave that in the closet. Slowly start just
Yeah.
leaving your
Yep.
stuff in there. You know what
Put
I'm
your
saying?
toothbrush in there, just like every time you come by, an extra pair of socks.
Man.
Them dirty butters, every time you come through, half pack of Newports, just leave something, you
Yeah,
know what I
leave
mean?
something there.
Just creep on up in there, man. But yeah, he said backwards. Now, you know what's crazy? He doing all the fuck shit, but he say he don't want to go back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like she was the problem. Man, you better take your ass back. You better make up with that girl, man. Shit, stop
Nah,
playing.
nah, nah, nah. We good. We good. We good. I just can't. We the
Trust
same age. We the same age. We the
that's even
same
better.
age.
She's seasoned.
Man.
Yeah.
So I don't like. I tell her, do what you gotta do for you. I want you to be happy for you.
She about the
You know what I mean?
menopause too, boy. You better take your ass back. I don't know. She might end up dehydrated in the hospital and shit, messing around. She one of them types. So yeah,
Man.
hey, do it your way. You know what I mean? But for real, in this day and time, man, as long as you in your kids' life, as long as you spending maximum time as possible, because they need that, man. These kids is getting swallowed up out here. Swallowed. They getting swallowed up out here. You know what I mean? So we definitely got to be there. Welcome to YouTube Unfolded. Her Highness and Propane Wolfman Jack. They up in the house. So anyway, yeah. But I mean, you this age, you got to figure it out by now, and can't nobody really tell you what to do. And trust me, I ain't gonna get all. I ain't put my personal stuff out there. I'm gonna say I know what it's like when you separate it, and then you realize what's what. And sometimes we start out we're young and we're just not mature. You know what I mean? We still got growing to do. I wanna build a lowrider, but then I got a family. And you diverting tens of thousands of dollars in a car, but your kids need. And sometimes you just got to make decisions. Do what's right. So anyway, they all grown and one left and on her way
Nah,
out.
facts,
I
facts,
mean,
facts. Like,
so
my kid, they got everything in the world. Everything. I'm telling you,
they
everything in
they
the
live in New
world.
York.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
she holding it down in New York. That's impressive.
They got everything in the world you can name. I'll be hustling. I don't want to say what I be doing on the
Yeah,
side, but
yeah.
hey,
Don't
I
don't say it.
I gotta get what they want. You know what I mean? You know,
It's good,
Mm.
man.
like couple of days. My second oldest, say, "Yo, you got 50?" I said, "What?" I said, "Damn." I said, "Okay, here, let me cash out you the 50." You know, so I said, "Ain't nothing wrong with that, right?" You know.
Yeah, nah, ain't no wrong with that. Definitely want. I'm definitely my wallet is usually pretty open when it comes to my babies. So
Nah, but I be asking them like, yo, don't take advantage of what I could give you. Don't, cause you know what I mean. Tell me what you need it for. Just you know what I mean. Don't ask me. I don't mind, but don't take advantage. You know what I mean.
Mm.
yeah,
You
Well,
know.
I can see,
I'm a soft.
I can see. I usually just hand it out, but I can see the point in that having several children, there's always this one that always like, and it's always the same amount. Then after a while, I start saying, "Damn, why is it always the same amount?" Then you start looking around like, "Nah, something ain't right." You know what I mean?
Man,
Where you at? I'm down Maryland Live. You gambling my money? All right. Well, don't. Next time you come through here, you better have something in your hand. You know what I mean? But
man.
so yeah, so nah, we they already know. It's like, especially grown ass kids, we know how I feel about loans and all that. You grown, you obviously you're working, you're making the money. I taught you should have a savings account. So they already know if you coming to ask me for something, it must be dire straits. Like you gotta be like, my house burning down, something like, come on, man. So,
No,
but I taught them, but and the thing is they forget. I see that social media, so all of a sudden say them borrowed $500 for you, and like next thing you want a jet ski in Jamaica. Oh hell no! Somebody going on vacation. It's me going on vacation.
I
But
tell you what, they right. I gave them my other card. I said, don't abuse it. And when I looked, I said, what the hell is this?
oh snap! I've been on here this long.
I was like, what the hell is this? And she said, oh, I had to go do my nails, my hair, for this. I was like, don't you understand? I gotta make that back. You know? You know what I mean? It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes.
Welcome, Clark A. He said, "My immature ass back in the bush." I don't get it.
Oh, because
Yeah, word.
yeah,
Did we say something with the group immature?
I think it was like pause and stuff in there.
Oh, yeah, with the whole but now I don't say that. I don't say the P word no more. I'll just be like, I don't know. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, brother, you still gonna be doing your content 2026. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to start, contributing more to our boring brotherhood
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
keeping this content going.
I definitely got some stuff planned. Whether it happens, I got to make time for it. The bottom line is, what I'm saying? I just got to make time for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually off tonight. I probably should have fired up a live just to check the temperature, but this is just well enough.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Dang,
how
gotta
boring
go.
I am.
Yeah,
Yawn
man.
Nah.
But shit. You Somnus, the Greek god of sleep. Put me out.
Nah. It's crazy work.
Damn.
Yeah, shit. You can go live. You can go live after this, whatever. And that's the thing too. Like, I don't look at the schedule. You know, how everybody be like, "Oh, he's live. I don't want to go live." Man, it's whatever. I'm turning this on. It's on. It's on. What I'm saying ain't what they saying. So
Yeah,
it's
I
whoever gonna be here gonna be here. You know what I mean? It's 21 people here now. Y'all know I usually rock with 11. You know what I mean? So I got twice the amount. Because, and I think it's a need for this type of content because we all want to go somewhere. We all want to tune in. We want to hear something, a different perspective, new ideas. We want to hear about Mikey's past relationships, different things we want to hear about. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear about the honey buns in the middle of the night. We want to hear about, well, what exactly caused her to slap your glasses off, or what
well,
have you.
I like some honey bun. I like some
I had
honey
2 women
buns.
over, and I invited a third one over, and she
Yeah,
got
he living on the edge, ain't he? He got
yeah.
the girl in the bed and then got the ex at the door talking about coming on that.
It'd
Thinking
be
he gonna
like that
set it off.
sometimes.
Yeah,
And
let me tell y'all something. Y'all young bucks, y'all like to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna had both of the women over here, and then bro, let me tell you what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna really like each other a lot. And when you go to work, they're gonna change them locks on your ass. Stop playing. Yo, don't tell you something, man. Don't bring nobody else in your bed.
Nah.
I seen too many dudes get played out like that, bro. Don't do that. They be like,
And,
what the
and let
hell?
me tell you,
Hey, girl.
peep this,
They
peep
cooking.
this,
Well, they gonna be like, what the hell we need him for? That's what that is. Don't do it.
peep this, right? So my mom's and pops, they went to Florida, right? This was way back. So they left me with the house with my brothers, And that's when, shit got kind of weird. I told Shorty pull up. You know what I mean? And I told my other friends to pull up too. We having a little house party type shit. Said moms and pops do saying coming back for a good minute. Pull up to the crib. And then, that's when my childhood girlfriend came through. So, oh shit, you got the crib for you? I said, yeah, you already know, you know. And I was trying to tell my boy, yo, distract this one while I try to smash the other one on some slick shit.
First of all, in this little scenario, I think we should have removed all the other men besides yourself. We don't need what we need him for. Yeah, I mean, boy, y'all lucky I found Christ. Cause
It was true story
yeah,
to that. True story. True story
yeah,
to that.
no doubt.
Uh-uh.
Now they
It'd be
got
like,
cameras and stuff now. There's surveillance systems and ring cameras. Ain't nothing more. Their parents see you. They can see you on the boat.
man, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So I'm starting to wind down a little bit. I worked all day today. I was all pepped up earlier. I don't know what happened. I'm just starting to, an hour and four. Where we at? An hour and 50 minutes. Gee, that's almost 2 hours. Y'all got any final words so I can go ahead and try to relax and watch an episode of The War Between the Land and the Sea or something?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'll be out. Thanks for having me up here. I'll see you around. Peace,
I
brother.
got a
All
good
right.
show. I got a good show for you. Robin Hood. You
All
ever
right,
saw
brother.
that?
Thank you for coming through. Nah, but you got any last words,
Yeah,
Mike?
yeah. Stay, stay believe. That means believe in your life. Believe in your life. Your life is more precious than than anything in this world. Believe in your life. You believe in your life, right?
Got it.
You
Thank
know
you
what I
for
mean?
those words of wisdom. That was Mike, the king of the sector, dropping some of that deep metaphysical type of diabolical type futuristic George Jetson, omniscient deep words of the gods and the earth's universal knowledge on y'all that y'all can't understand because you wasn't grasping the gravity and polarity of what he was trying to put down. You got to pay attention. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming through. I hadn't done this in a while, so had to just come on here and make my quota and fill in the gap. And here we are. And I leave you. In fact, check the comments on the way out real quick here. No doubt, no doubt. Next time y'all join me on the panel. I'm sorry I wasn't talking about the normal sector stuff. I can't do that. But yeah, thank y'all for coming through and for listening. I hope you found this mildly entertaining. Looking forward to 2026 and putting out some real content. I just ain't decided what that is yet. But we're gonna definitely get it on and get it cracking. I thank you. I leave you with the words of peace and tranquility. Namaste.